Hi, and welcome to Aliens Reading Life. This is my March wrap up. The first book I read in March was Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, which is the second book in the Grisha trilogy or Shadow and Bone trilogy, which is a YA fantasy book that I gave 4.5 stars. And the Grisha trilogy is about Alina, who is an orphan, and she learns that she's a Grisha, that she has magical powers, she can control light, and she goes to the capital to be with other Grisha, and there's a war that she's trying to stop, stuff like that. And then the second book I read in March was Rune and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, which is the third book in the Grisha trilogy, and that I gave 5 stars. It has a lot of action, this one, and yeah, I don't know, I love the characters in the Grisha trilogy, especially Alina and Nikolai. Next, I read Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls by Elena Favilli and Francesca Cavallo, which is 100 stories about amazing women. For example, Marie Curie, Jane Austen, Malala, Elizabeth I, and Astrid Lindgren. I have tabbed this with all my favorites. I loved this and gave it 5 stars. It was very inspiring. We have... Who should I show you? There's beautiful illustrations on every page of the women. We have Frida Kahlo, the painter. Here's information about her, and then there's a beautiful illustration. And it has this ribbon bookmark, so it's very fancy. Then I read Six of Crows. Which I gave 4.5 stars. And this is the first book in the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. And I body read the whole Grisha trilogy and the Six of Crows duology with Libby over at Wolf Girl Reads. And I love these 6 outcasts, and they go on a dangerous heist together, and each character is so interesting, like Cass, Ines, Nina, Jesper Wyland, Matthias. Everyone is really awesome and badass. They attempt to break into the Ice Court, which is like a fort, to retrieve a hostage. And it's really good. After that, I read Unravel Me by Tahereh Mafi. That is the second book in the Shadow Me series, which is a YA dystopian novel that I gave 4 stars. And the Shadow Me series is about a girl named Juliet who has a power that her touch is lethal. So she's in a asylum, but then she gets out of there and taken to Warner. He's a military soldier, like superior officer kind of guy. And then she breaks out of there with with Kenji and Adam, and she finds people that are like her that also have powers. And then after that, I read the third book in the Shadow Me series, Ignite Me by Sahara Mafi, and that I gave 4 stars as well. The character development in Warner is really amazing, actually. And then the 7th book that I read in March was Mr. Pip, maybe, by Lloyd Jones, which is a historical fiction book that I gave 4 stars. It's about this little girl that lives on a isolated island, and all the teachers have left the island already. So then there's this white guy, the only white person on the island, and he starts teaching the kids and reading them Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, and that changes her life. And then a lot of soldiers come there and bad stuff happens. Yeah, it was interesting. But it was like, why should a white guy be teacher? Like, couldn't another person do that? Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, which is the 2nd book in the Six of Crows duology, and this one was even better than Six of Crows, I think. And in this one, I don't think I can say much, actually, but I loved it a lot. It's a new favorite for me. So yeah. And then the 9th and final book that I read in March was Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, which is the 2nd book in the Dark Artifices series, which is a part of the Shadowhunters world. And that I gave 4 stars. The hype kinda, I don't know, I don't think it really lived up to the hype that much. Both the Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows, I thought they both were gonna be 5 stars, but they weren't. Lord of Shadows was still like 4 stars, but I thought it would be better. Actually, I was bored in the beginning, but then it got better later on. Here we have the books that I own. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe if you want to. And comment below what you read in March. Bye guys!